If you're struggling with debt, think of this, you're not alone. Most people, they are trapped in the cycle of debt and it feels like that there's no way out, literally. But if you think in a different manner and if you focus on paying your debt, you could be debt free in no time. And believe me, just that takes a bit of effort, and this could be the key to transforming your financial future. So in this video, we're going to see how exactly we can work towards paying off the debt and make it your top priority, and how can you start, literally from today. So first thing is the heavy burden of debt. I mean, what is it? It isn't just a financial burden, it's an emotional and psychological one too. It just looms over your life. It affects your mental health, affects your relationships, and even your sense of self-worth. And according to some studies, it shows that about 52% of adults, they say that money negatively impacts their mental health, and debt is just often the main culprit. The stress of owing money can keep you up at night, it can make you irritable, and it can lead to feelings of guilt and shame. It can also put a strain on your relationships. There are stories of partners fighting with each other over finances, and parents feel that they can't provide for their children the way they would like to. And so debt becomes this constant cloud hanging over your head, and it makes it hard to enjoy your life or plan anything in the future. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be this way. Making debt repayment your top priority is the key. You can lift this burden off your shoulders just one payment at a time. So ask yourself a question, why paying off debt should come first? And again, why should it? Is because debt should come before everything else. Simply put, debt is expensive. Most consumer debt, like credit card debt, comes with a high interest rate, and it makes it nearly impossible to get ahead. So the average credit card interest in, for example, America is over 20%. That means if you're only making minimum payments, you're not just paying off your purchases, you're paying off a hefty premium to the bank for the privilege of borrowing money. So let's compare that to investing. While it's possible to get a return of 7 to 10% in the stock market over the long term, there is no guarantee. But paying off debt, that's a guaranteed return. Every dollar you put towards your debt saves you from paying interest, and it's like earning 20% on your money, and it's risk-free. And then again, by focusing on debt repayment, you are effectively giving yourself a raise. You are freeing up money that would otherwise go to interest payments, and you're reducing your financial risk. Debt is a risk because it ties up your income that can be used for other things like savings for retirement, building an emergency fund, or investing in opportunities. How to prioritize debt repayment. Now that you know why paying off debt should be a priority, let's talk about how actually to do it. There are two popular methods, the Debt Snowball and the Debt Avalanche. With the Debt Snowball method, you start by paying off your smallest debt first, while making minimum payments on the rest. So once the smallest debt is paid off, you take the money you are paying on it and apply it to the next smallest debt, and so on and so forth. The idea here is that by knocking out small debts quickly, you build a momentum and motivation to keep going. Debt Avalanche method, on the other hand, it focuses on paying debts with the highest interest rates first. So this method can save you more money in the long run because you're tackling the most expensive debt first, but it might also take longer to see those results. Whichever method you choose, the key is to stick to your plan. Start by listing all your debts and their interest rates, then create a budget that allows you to put as much money as possible towards your debt each month. Look for ways to cut expenses, pick up extra work, or sell things you no longer need to free up more cash. Just do whatever is in your power to do to get rid of that debt and get extra cash in. Look, every dollar, every cent counts. Even small payments add up over time, and each debt you eliminate brings you one step closer to financial freedom. So what are the long-term benefits of being debt-free? What does life look after when you've paid off your debt? Just imagine a life where you're no longer worried about how you will make the next payment, where you have the freedom to make decisions just based on what you want to do, not what you have to do. Now, let me share a quick personal story that I think many of you will relate to. Just a few years back, I was in debt. There were credit cards, student loans, you name it, and every month I felt like I was just scraping by, and the idea of saving money or planning for the future seemed impossible. I was constantly stressed, and it just started to affect my relationships and even my health. But then I made a decision. I knew that if I wanted to have any hope of financial freedom, I needed to make paying off my debt my number one priority. I created a plan, cut back on my expenses, and put that every extra dollar, cent towards my debt. If it wasn't easy, there was definitely moments when I just wanted to give up. Fast forwarding today, completely debt free, and the weight that lifted off my shoulders was incredible. And suddenly I had choices, and real choices. I was able to start saving, investing, and even taking that dream, holiday I'd be putting off for years. Most importantly, I regained control of my life, which was a really good feeling. The constant stress was gone, and I could finally focus on building a future I was excited about. Being debt-free didn't just change my financial situation, it changed my entire outlook on life. It gives you things that you can plan for future with confidence, knowing that hard work has paid off and will pay off. You want to know that it is possible for yourself too. You want to believe that, and it's a journey, but the destination is worth every bit of effort. So now that you understand the importance of paying off debt and how to get started, it's time to take action. Don't let debt control your life any longer. Make a plan today and just stick to it. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out my video on money saving tips, where I walk you through how to create, a sort of a budget that actually works. And just don't forget to subscribe for more content focused on helping you achieve financial freedom. Let's tackle this debt together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Looking to learn something new, advance your skills, or dive into creative projects? Whether you're into design, business, tech, or just exploring new hobbies, Skillshare has got you covered with thousands of classes for every interest. Get 30% off an annual membership with the code annual30AFF, or head over to my website techtali.com and click on the link.